being completely reliant on someone else to grow my food. Like, if you don't know how to produce any of your own food, if you don't know where any food comes from or how it's grown, it's time to change that. Hello, my name is Clemente Hall and I run Hall Harvest Market Garden here in Michigan. We are a small-scale urban farm run out of what used to just be a regular old backyard. We've transformed it into a full-scale farm, and we feed several families across Michigan with our CSA membership program, and we offer several other products and services as well. Today is March 28th, and I have a little bit of work to do on some of the seedlings that will be transplanted out into my market garden in several weeks. And I wanted to just take this opportunity to give a little update about our 2026 season here at Hall Harvest, what is changing, what is new, and even a bit about what's staying consistent for CSA members and customers alike. So this is a really exciting time for us. We envision one thing for this market garden, and it has completely blown our minds in just a couple of years. And the trajectory that we are on is very, very exciting. We are expecting to reach more families, feed more people, and enter into some new opportunities this season as well. So if you are at all interested, I hope you'll stick around. I'm going to get to work potting these seedlings up and share a little bit about what we have to offer here at Hall Harvest and maybe how we can work together in the future. If you just kind of landed here and you're hearing me talk about CSA and urban farm and all these things, and maybe it's some of the terminology is new for you, specifically CSA, I get questions about, well, what exactly does CSA mean? If you want to read a little bit more, you can check out my website at hallharvest.com, but I'll also explain a little bit here. CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture, and it's just a system of, a local system of getting food from small scale farmers, or maybe even larger scale farmers, but myself in particular, I'm a small scale urban farm. And you work with your farmer, someone that you know, and you pay them, and your membership fee goes directly towards supporting that farm, paying for the tools and the resources that it takes to run that farm. And in return, you get food that is just tremendously better than what you might get than what you will get or have access to in a grocery store. So it's kind of a win-win. We are less impacted by the food systems that, large scale farmers are. I don't have to worry about gas prices or fuel for big tractors and big equipment like that because I don't use it. I operate a small farm and I use hand tools. Now, granted, I can't feed as many families, but that is just an opportunity for me to encourage more people to get into small scale farming and to learn how to grow their own food, which is something I'll touch a little bit more on later in this video. But all this to say, CSA is a great way to get access to incredible produce, whether it be fruit or vegetables. It all depends on the farmer and the farm that you work with, but it is a really great way to get incredible food, local food, and to support a farmer in your community. Our food systems are under pressure. We all are hearing about fuel prices going up. We all are hearing about the shortage or lack of accessibility to fertilizer. Really, there's no better time for us to lean into small scale farming and to really take advantage of local food. It does come with some inherent risks, anytime you are working in agriculture, weather and pests and tornadoes here in the Midwest. All of these things are factors that can come into play and potentially damage or even decimate a crop. And there are certain things that are just out of the control of a farmer. Fortunately, and God willing, I will never have any major issues of that sort, like a major weather catastrophe. But it is definitely possible and something that you have to be aware of and think about when you're signing up for a CSA. Even with that said, I would venture to say that, you are in better hands with a small scale local farmer that you know, as opposed to being so reliant on the food system. And that food, honestly, it's not even that good. It really is quite bad compared to what you will get from a small scale farmer who is taking their time to care for the vegetables, taking their time to tend to the plants individually and on a daily basis, and to give you your money's worth, if not more than your money's worth, compared to what you would get in a grocery store. Lots of reasons to support a small scale or local CSA program. It's really beneficial for you as well as the farmer. Hopefully I answered that question. What is a CSA? So what has changed in particular with Hall Harvest and our CSA program and beyond? Not even, we've made some changes to not just our CSA, but some of the other things that we offer as well, like microgreens, etc. So firstly, one of the big changes we've made this year is stepping away from the farmers market. We participated in a local farmers market last year, and it was actually a great experience. And they actually just 2 days ago sent an email asking if we will be interested or willing to return this year. But I had already made the decision to step away from farmers market because it's a very time consuming venture. Setting up, spending time, having to actually be present at the market. In the time that you are there, you are obviously unable to be working in the garden or on other aspects of the business. And farmers markets are very much up to chance. There is no guarantee on how much you will sell or what you will sell or what traffic or weather will look like from week to week at the market. So there are a lot of parts of it that are just simply out of your control. I really just wanted to regain or buy back some time to reinvest in other aspects of the business, whether that be out in the market garden fields, tending to the crops, or something else. That alone will buy back a lot of time over the span of a season. We are offering more CSA memberships this year because we will be growing more food, more varieties, and expecting higher yields this year. One, because we're literally just growing more, and two, because we have a couple of years of growing in this space under our belt. We have a good feel for the yields that we can expect, how we can maximize. I've remapped out my market garden this year to optimize the sunnier spots and to utilize those shadier spots more efficiently or effectively with the crops that can handle some partial shade. So I expect higher yields this year, and again, expect to be able to feed more CSA members and more people all together in the community, which we are really excited about. The way that we're going to do that this year is doubling, tripling down on our container growing, which allows us to grow double, if not triple, more of the food that we grew last year. We will just be growing in containers, which allows us to move things around, not have to commit to transforming yard space into growing space necessarily. However, I want to preserve some of the space for my daughter to have room to play and not just completely transform every inch of my property into growing space. So we need space to run around and play and put a swing set and all of those things for my daughter as well. The next big change that we made this year is no longer offering delivery for our CSA members, as well as for our microgreen service. We are only offering pickup for our CSA members. That occurs once a week in a pickup window. And if members need to pick up outside that window, we have a system for some self-service pickup as well. When we started this, we were thinking pretty small, and it has quickly grown to something much larger. Growing on a small scale like this, it is time intensive. All growing, all farming is. However, everything I do is by hand tools, and it just takes time, pruning, all of the things. We don't have tractors. We don't have big equipment that does the job for us. I have to get out there and check on every single plant and give it what it needs. Therefore, to grow more requires more time. While it seems like we're taking something away from our customers and members, we hope that ultimately it will be a benefit to everyone in allowing us to offer more products and services in the long haul. This season, we are also adding some cool things, one of which is garden starts or transplants, whichever you choose to call them, for your own vegetable garden or even flowers. We have some flowers started as well. These that you see here in front of me are for my personal market garden, but we have several hundred vegetable and flower starts indoors, and they are looking great, and we are tending to them, making sure they have everything they need to give you a strong start to your garden this season. These are also varieties that we've tested in our market garden in previous years. You can rest assured that these are varieties that will do well in our local climate here in Michigan. Our first plant sale will be May 9th, the day before Mother's Day. So a great opportunity to come on out and get some plants for the garden, maybe for a mom or a wife or sister, whoever it may be. That is May 9th. So if you're interested in that, you can learn a little bit more on the website. I can't say this. All of the varieties that we've picked for our garden starts are previously tested in our market garden in previous seasons. Therefore, we know that they will do well in our particular local climate here in Michigan, and it will set you up for success in your garden as well. We also offer just different, more unusual or unique, I guess, varieties than what you might see at the big box stores. I like to say that our pricing is better as well. So if you're kind of tired of the same old varieties of tomato and peppers and all those things that you see at the store, this is a great opportunity to get some more interesting varieties of some of the vegetables that you know and love, but maybe just want to try something different than what you've had in previous years. Now, we've talked about the decision to step away from farmers market and delivery this season and reinvest that time into the market garden itself. However, some of that time will be going towards our newest offer here at Hall Harvest, which is Garden and Food Systems Consulting. I'm excited to be working with home gardeners, schools, and organizations to design gardens and food systems that actually work and last over time. I've grown in a lot of different settings and a lot of different ways and formats over the years, just out of my own individual interest and curiosity and passion for growing, and not always realizing that I was building a catalog of knowledge that would one day serve me and my business and my family as an offer that I could put out into the world that would really truly be a benefit to a lot of people. There truly is no better time to learn how to grow your own food than now. It could look a lot of different ways, which is one of the coolest parts about garden consulting. It might be a simple kitchen garden where you're growing tomatoes and peppers and lettuce and things that you're using in your kitchen. It might be you want to start a market garden for the sake of production and sale at farmers markets or a business of your own. Maybe you want to grow microgreens for the incredible nutrients that they offer, or for the sake of starting a microgreen business. Maybe you want a herb garden for the sake of herbal or medicinal purposes or for culinary purposes. Maybe you want to delve into hydroponics so that you are able to grow lettuce and certain vegetables year-round indoors, even in the wintertime, which is a really cool idea, right? And maybe you want to do something that is just really unique and cool, like aquaponics, where you are combining plants, vegetables with fish, and using the fish waste to actually feed your vegetables. So there's a lot of cool things, and that is not an exhaustive list by any means. When our mass production farmers are under pressure, it trickles down to us in the form of prices or just the unavailability of certain products. If you are feeling that these days, starting to understand that, being completely reliant on someone else to grow my food, like if you don't know how to produce any of your own food, if you don't know where any food comes from or how it's grown, it's time to change that. There is truly no limit to how many people we can teach to grow their own food, how many people we can reach. And garden consulting is an excellent way to have a safeguard or a little bit of a safety net, someone to guide you through the process of learning how to grow your own food. This is where my microphone died and I moved things inside, so here are my final thoughts. If you're in the Lansing area and interested in joining the CSA, we are accepting new members for the 2026 season. We'd love to have you, but spots are limited and we fully expect to sell out before the summer harvest begins. You can also check out our first plant sale of the year on May 9th. And if you'd like updates throughout the season, the newsletter is a great way to stay connected. And if you're a home gardener, school, or organization looking to grow food for yourself or the community, I offer consulting to help you get set up and growing with confidence. You can use the link in the description to book a call. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.